Hello everyone, welcome to Chelsea Sport Focus. But before we dive in, make sure to subscribe so you never miss a moment of breaking news. Let's get started.
Fabrizio Romano has once again placed Chelsea at the centre of the January transfer conversation, confirming that the club are pushing aggressively on several fronts as Liam Rosenior's rebuild gathers pace. According to Romano, this is no longer a cautious or experimental window for the Blues. Chelsea have moved decisively, with clear priorities, renewed internal unity, and a sense of urgency driven by injuries, form, and long-term vision. What is unfolding at Stamford Bridge is shaping up to be one of the most defining January windows in recent memory. At the top of Chelsea's list is Rennes centre-back Jeremy Jac. Romano has made it clear that Jac is not just a name under consideration, but the priority defensive target. With Levi Colwill sidelined long-term and Tosin Adarabioyo dealing with fitness issues, Chelsea believe they need immediate reinforcement at the heart of defence. Jac, just 20 years old, has impressed enormously in League One with his composure, aerial dominance and ability to play out from the back. Chelsea see him as a defender who can contribute now and still grow into a leader over the next decade. Rennes are holding firm on their valuation, believed to be between €45 million and €50 million, but personal terms are not an issue. Romano suggests Chelsea are weighing up whether to push for an immediate first-team role or explore a short loan back, though the current injury crisis may force them to bring him straight into the squad. Alongside the defensive push, Chelsea are also exploring a potential blockbuster attacking move. JULIÁN Alvarez has emerged as a serious discussion point, with Romano acknowledging that Chelsea are closely monitoring his situation. The Argentine forward's versatility, intelligence, and relentless work rate appeal strongly to Rosenior. Alvarez's ability to operate as a striker, second forward, or wide attacker would add a completely new dimension to Chelsea's attack, particularly alongside Cole Palmer and Enzo Fernandez. Atletico Madrid are reluctant sellers and are demanding a significant fee, but Chelsea believe the player's openness to a Premier League return keeps the door ajar. Internally, there is a belief that Alvarez could be a transformational signing, one that immediately raises the technical and mental level of the squad. Chelsea's January activity is not limited to headline names. Romano has also highlighted the club's continued focus on elite youth recruitment, with Sheffield Wednesday's Yissa Alao close to joining. The 17-year-old left-back is seen as one of the most exciting young defenders in the Championship, and Chelsea have moved ahead of domestic rivals with a structured deal that includes add-ons. The plan is flexible, with the option of integrating him into first-team training or sending him on loan to accelerate his development. This move reflects the club's broader strategy of securing top young talent early before their value explodes. Behind the scenes, the atmosphere at Cobham has shifted noticeably. Under Rosenior, previously frozen-out players have been reintegrated, most notably Axel Disasi. Romano notes that Chelsea are keen to protect squad value while restoring competition and intensity in training. Disasi's return has added depth and leadership to a defence that has lacked stability, while also easing pressure as the club negotiates for Jac. The message from the coaching staff is clear. Places are earned on merit, not politics. There is also positive news on the training ground. Key players including Reece James and Cole Palmer are back on the grass, while young Brazilian star Estevão has returned after illness and is pushing for a significant role in upcoming European fixtures. Injuries to Romeo Lavia and Colwill remain long-term concerns, but the medical staff believe the squad is finally moving towards stability rather than crisis. Crucially, Romano has moved to shut down exaggerated rumours, particularly around Vinicius Jr. While Chelsea admire the Brazilian superstar, there are no negotiations or realistic plans for such a deal in January. The club's focus is firmly on achievable targets that fit the wage structure, tactical needs, and long-term project. All signs point to this window being a statement of intent. Chelsea are not drifting or reacting blindly. They are targeting specific profiles, backing their head coach, and acting with conviction. Whether it is the defensive solidity Jac could bring, the attacking spark Alvarez represents, or the future promise of Alao, the direction is unmistakable. Under Liam Rosenior, Chelsea are no longer standing still. They are moving, and January may well define where this new era truly begins. The idea of Vinicius Jr being the most perfect fit for Chelsea in this January transfer window may sound ambitious, even unrealistic to some. But within the logic of elite football projects, squad evolution, and modern team-building strategy, the argument is far stronger than it first appears. When you strip away the headlines, the hype, and the noise of the market, Vinicius represents exactly the profile Chelsea have been searching for. A transformational attacker, a global superstar, and a tactical solution rolled into one. Chelsea's current rebuild is not about collecting talent for the sake of it. It is about identity, structure, balance, and long-term dominance. Under Liam Rosenior, the club is trying to create a team that is fast, aggressive, technically dominant, and psychologically resilient. That requires players who are not just good footballers, but leaders in big moments, players who change games, players who force opponents to adapt. Vinicius Jr is that type of footballer. From a pure footballing perspective, his profile fits Chelsea almost perfectly. He brings elite pace, one-on-one dominance, positional intelligence, and an ability to destabilize defensive structures. Chelsea's current attacking issues have not been about creativity alone, but about unpredictability. Too often, Chelsea attacks are structured, readable, and controllable for elite defenses. Vinicius changes that instantly. He forces double marking. He pulls defenders out of shape. He creates chaos. That alone creates space for others, midfield runners, overlapping fullbacks, and central attackers. Fabrizio Romano has repeatedly emphasized in recent updates that Chelsea's recruitment strategy has shifted from volume to impact. The focus is no longer on signing multiple young prospects, but on identifying players who can redefine the team's level immediately. Romano has stated that Chelsea's January priorities are now about game changers, not squad depth. That framing matters. Vinicius is not depth. He is structure changing. He is system defining. He forces tactical adjustments not only from Chelsea's opponents, but within Chelsea's own system, elevating everyone around him. Chelsea's sporting director has also been clear internally about the profile the club is targeting. The emphasis is on players with elite mentality, big game experience, and leadership qualities, not just technical skill. Vinicius fits that vision perfectly. Champions League finals, title races, pressure environments, hostile stadiums, global scrutiny. He has lived in that world for years. Chelsea's squad, still young and developing psychologically, lacks that kind of hardened elite mentality in attacking areas. Vinicius would bring that instantly. From a squad-building perspective, his versatility is another major factor. He can operate wide, inside, high, or in transition-based systems. That gives Liam Rosenior tactical flexibility that few players in world football can offer. Rosenior's system is built around speed in transition, verticality, and high-intensity pressing. Vinicius thrives in those environments. His acceleration, recovery speed, and work rate off the ball align with Rosenior's demands. This is not just about flair and attacking output, it is about system compatibility. Rosenior himself has repeatedly spoken about the importance of profiles, not positions. He wants players who can adapt across multiple phases of play. Vinicius is not just a winger, he is a transitional weapon, a pressing trigger, and a counter-attacking engine. In Rosenior's model, wide players are not just creators, they are defenders in the first phase and attackers in the final phase. Vinicius has developed that discipline at the highest level of European football. There is also a psychological dimension that makes him the perfect fit for Chelsea right now. The club is in a phase where belief matters as much as structure. Signing Vinicius would not just improve the team, it would change the atmosphere around the club. Players feel bigger. Confidence rises. Standards increase. Training intensity rises. The mentality shifts. These are the intangible effects that elite players bring. You cannot measure them in statistics, but they transform clubs. Fabrizio Romano has also hinted that Chelsea are increasingly targeting players who carry brand power alongside footballing value. Not for marketing alone, but for global presence, identity building, and commercial sustainability. Vinicius is one of the most recognizable footballers in the world. That matters in modern football. Chelsea are building not just a team, but a global project. Vinicius fits that dimension perfectly. Financially, Chelsea's structure also supports this kind of move. The club is now focused on fewer, bigger, smarter investments rather than scattergun recruitment. The sporting director's strategy has shifted toward building a spine of elite players around which younger talents can develop.